And welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on the Game Boy Advance. When we last left off, we were making our way through the bowels of the Onyx Tower. And considering that we're stuck here, the only way out is through. Though there is another way out, but it is something that I am not going to even go over because it is rather dark. Now, let's just go ahead and open up this door and fight yet another golem, and by defeating this golem, should level us up. So, with that, let's go ahead and put a point in strength. And now that should bring us up to level 20, and if this was actual tabletop, we would be maxed out. So now I guess we're going into the epic levels. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. Shock arrow is actually pretty decent. Okay, and here we have a Flaming Burst Mithril Morning Star of Defense +3. Now that should give us, like, what, two hit points, and also I should go ahead and drop some of these things. Like that, because that one's useless. I'm not going to be using that, nor that. And a Frost Adamantine Greatsword, as much as use as that was, I'm not going to be using that. Yeah, not going to be using that either. I'm going to be using this. And I have all these accessories. Now let's continue on, shall we? And mess up with some of these spiders. Yeah, look at that. 3 shots and they're down. Alright. Now let's see. Can't go anywhere there because the door is locked. And of course the music just appears out of nowhere, which is honestly kind of jarring. Okay, let's deal with some skellies. Okay. Oh, and here we have a Ring of Constitution +4, and there's also still those flame effects. A healing potion. And also, our carrying capacity is over 400, and yes, the Icy Burst Adamantine Greatsword +5. Let's equip that sucker right now, because now we're just going to be able to absolutely take things down a peg. Just hack it to pieces! And a full plate helmet +1, which I'm just going to equip and drop this half plate. Because, well, we now have a full suit of plate mail. Make us look more like that of a knight. And here we have a Shocking Burst Light Mace +, yeah, just some of these weapons are not that good. Just, like, seriously, some of the damage potential of weapons like this one that I'm using right now is just absolutely fantastic. Now, aha! Here's our quarry, this golem right here. And, wow, you're a real party animal, aren't you? Oh wait, don't want that because these guys are immune. And for defeating this iron golem, we get a key. So, yeah, we can now actually open up that door. There we go, gotcha. And here we have a rather mediocre Warhammer at this point of the game. Even then, its attack speed is also pretty awful. Now, I definitely do have some stories that I would like to share, though hopefully I can actually tell them in a cohesive manner, considering how scatterbrained I can be at times. And this has to do with the D&D session that I had the other day. And it involves our group going through a cave which we were investigating. And full plate mail +1, yay. Oh, why am I using that? Just equip Hail of Arrows. And essentially, we were just investigating this cave to see what was going on. And also need to find some bits of information. Because, well, it was the bad guys. It was Horde of the Dragon Queen is the name of the module. And essentially, as we were going through, and, oh look, a weapon that I really don't care about. I'll take it anyways. Moolah. Let's see. We were going through this cave, and at one point... No, yeah, we're now at the second part of the tower. Can I actually complete this story now? Ugh. yeah, as we were going through the caves... Oh, that's too heavy, apparently. Yeah, as we were going through the caves, we eventually came to a point... Oh, drop that and drop that. We came across this trap, which was a spiked pit that was covered up in, like, this parchment paper. And we managed to avoid it. Oh, spider. And the thing is, at the other side, there was some kobolds, along with a sort of like a pit for these things, for these creatures, which I believe were called guard drakes. And yeah, the DM would get, speaking of the guard drakes, the DM would actually get a little bit, oh, they're not ambush drakes! Yeah, you would just get upset. And by the way, a diamond. The only diamond that we actually find, and it's nowhere we can use it, and it weighs a pound. That's one hefty diamond. I bet that would be worth a lot of bucks in real life. Now, since we didn't trigger the trap, we didn't alert these kobolds that were nearby. So we just ended up ganking them. And the thing to note is that one of the kobolds actually had wings. Fully functional wings. Yes, some kobolds can actually come with those. Now, here's the next part. Now, here's the part where things got really scary. And that is because the fact is that I was in the back. I was facing the full brunt of an ambush. And they were all flying kobolds. And the thing to note about flying kobolds, and here's a great axe that I have no care for, is that in D&D 5th edition, they have an ability called Pack Tactics. And essentially, if they have one of their allies, I think it has to be a kobold, or I think just one of their allies, they have what is called advantage on their attack rolls. And advantage is essentially, in 5th edition, is where you roll 2d20s and you take the highest numbered roll. And considering that I was surrounded by 6 of them, it was actually rather scary, because the thing is, my character in that campaign is a sorcerer, who at the time only had 21 HP. However, the first barrage... Oh, too heavy, wow. The first barrage, I got extremely lucky. Because the thing is, there were 6 of them attacking me. And only one of them had hit me. And it was one that dropped a rock on my head for 6 damage. Nope, golem. Yeah, we do actually need to go this way. And you actually have to be careful, because this area can be a bit of a loop-de-loop. And oh boy! Then came the next round, and then after that, my character was dropped to 0 HP, so I had to make death saving throws. And essentially, when you reach 0 HP in D&D 5th edition, you don't die outright. Same with 3.0 and 3.5, and I'm not too sure about 4th edition, because never played that one, like I've mentioned a few times. And essentially, you have to roll a d20 every time that you're while you're still dying. Because if you're stable, you don't have to make them, but if you're dying, you have to keep rolling. And you essentially have to get 10 or better in order to actually get a success. 3 successes and you're not going to die. 3 failures, however, and you do die. Get a natural 1, it counts as 2 failures. And get hit, and it also still counts as 2 failures, which I did suffer. And I do believe this is where we want to be. For a key. And, yeah, and also a critical hit will also count as 2 failures. However, if you roll a natural 20, you get 1 hit point and you're alive. And you can get back up, and you're no longer unconscious. And the thing is that when it was my turn, I had to roll my first death saving throw, and I already had a failure, so a natural 1 would have killed me. However, I ended up rolling a natural 20, and so I was back up. But then something else happened that really got me like, really? And that was when I decided to roll an attack roll for a firebolt cantrip. And the thing is, I rolled a natural 1. So it should have been just a normal miss. But my DM had me roll again. I rolled a second natural 1. And it was a good thing that I didn't roll a third natural 1, because otherwise he would have just killed my character outright, which would have made no sense, because a firebolt is a cantrip, and at my level it could only deal 1d10 fire damage, or 1 to 10, which is a roll on the 10-sided die. And even if I were to crit myself for max damage, it would still not be enough to kill me outright. But anyways, yeah, I rolled 2 natural 1s, and I ended up knocking myself out. Like, seriously? Just... I honestly find that it makes no sense, like, oh, you roll 3 natural 1s and you kill yourself. Because, any DMs, they can do them, but seriously, it's just some things just don't make any sense whatso dang ever. Oh, more golems guarding loot. But yeah, that's the end of that story. That was just absolutely nonsense. Just like, I rolled... Stomach, behave. Oh god. Yeah, I freaking rolled a 1 in 20 chance of getting back up. And I freaking ended up freaking getting a 1 in 20 chance of absolutely failing, but the chances were even lower because the fact is that I rolled a second natural 1. Because rolling 2 numbers of the same type in a row is quite phenomenal. Yeah. Though we did have someone roll triple nat 1s, but thankfully they didn't die and too heavy. Not that I care, because it's a mediocre Warhammer. Because, seriously, like, what the heck? Maybe, like, for me, I don't exactly do that. If I were a DM, I wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, but for me, I just prefer being the player. And an Amulet of Intellect +5. Yeah, we're going to find all the +5 stuff here. Yeah, though, if this were actual tabletop, you would get... Yeah, this place is a loop-de-loop, by the way. Yeah, you would actually be able to get things that would go up to +6, and apparently this doorway is broken? No, it's just that the spot is not there. I'm just making sure that I'm going back so that way I don't miss anything, and it goes out through there. Makes sense? Now, if it were me being the DM, I would do things a little bit differently, but I don't want to go into it all too much because it would be convoluted and I'll end up just probably missing points and all that sort of stuff. And another thing that DM's house rule from times is that if you roll a triple nat 20, you kill things outright. Though the thing is that there is a bit of a downside for doing that, and that is you might end up breaking narrative. Sure, it's a... Like, what? It's like 3 nat 20s in a row is freaking, like, 1 in 800 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the math for it. But it's like 20 to the power of 20? 3 times? 20 times 20 times 20. Yeah, there you go. And let's just go ahead and drop that. And drop that, because I'm never going to be using that ever. Because it doesn't seem to work on these guys. Which sucks. It's just... I don't know. Just some house rules can be just so utterly weird. But if it were me doing the 3 natural 20s, I would do something along the lines of this in 5th edition. And one is that you deal maximum damage. And the thing is, in D&D 5th edition, all your dice that you roll is doubled. So that means even a rogue's sneak attack is doubled, and they can deal a lot of damage on a critical hit. No, Ring of Strength +5, which we're going to equip by getting rid of our Ring of Strength +3, and we're overburdened. Still wish you could go exactly to frickin' to your carrying capacity, but no. And hey, look, we're now back over 4. We're now over 400. Now, in addition to having all your damage dice maxed out, it would also be the lines that you would deal something rather nasty, like leaving a lingering injury, particularly something... Yeah, and the thing is, there is actually a chart of injuries in 5th edition, and some of them are actually quite nasty. And also, they'd have to roll on the system... Something would have to roll on the system shock table. And it's with that they can possibly die outright. Yeah, it may seem all convoluted, but hey. I don't know, I'm the kind of person who kind of goes into the sort of complexity of things like that. Because when you're making a rule, try to make sure that it has both fluff, which is the flavor text, and mechanics to weigh it down. Because fluff without mechanics is just floaty and there and really serves no purpose, and mechanics without flavor just ends up being boring. But yeah, that's just only like a suggestion. That's only just like my point of view. And we got gold, which absolutely is useless, since we can't even spend a single copper. Then again, we only have gold coins, so we can't do anything with that. Ugh. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't know if this will be the final video or not. And if it isn't, I'll just, like, end up in the last bit of the game is rather short. I'll just do a whole bunch of bonus stuff, such as showing off character skills and things like that, because I do have a... Or at least maybe a little bit. The last video may be a little bit shorter than normal. That, or I might just add it on to this video. But I'll probably have to do some stuff for that, like prepare. Now, yeah, I do actually have a save state that has where I have enough skill points to actually get all the... Really? That's pathetic. Where I have all the... Where I have enough skill points to max out a single skill for ones that I haven't used, such as Flame Arrow, Ice Arrow, and also Exploding Arrows. So you'll be able to see those in action. And you'll find that they're actually not that great. Though Exploding Arrow actually does have additional damage. I think. Like, it hits an enemy twice. Ah! Get out of here. But other than that, I don't know, because I don't really use that skill. Because like I said, the enemies just close the distance in way too fast, and you'll end up taking that damage. And here we have an Iron Shield +3, but we have the +5 shield, and a Ring of Rejuvenation +5. Hold that. And... let's see... anything else? Nope! Yeah. Though if I do that sort of things, who knows? Oh. Who knows if this video might not be delayed, but who knows? And oh! Another golem! What kind of material is that supposed to be? I have no idea. Now, ooh, barrel with a Frost Adamantine Greatsword +5. Woo! Yeah, that +5 actually does a whole lot more, considering we had a sword with the same, pretty much had the same properties, except it wasn't +5. Just wow. And let's go up to the Black Forge. What the heck is this? Ultima 7, the Black Gate with the Forge of Virtue expansion pack? Ugh, I don't know, but here we have some boots. Some rather fancy boots, because they're +5 full plate boots. So we now have the best for full plate, for boot-wise. Yeah, I think there is actually some rules where you can actually have piecemeal armor. Though, kind of adds some convolution. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit simple to do things a certain way. And also, you may have noticed that that skeleton... Oh, We can't carry that either. Well, let's use this up and pick that up. Yeah, there's an illusionary wall here. Whenever you see these, that usually means there is an illusionary wall there. Well, let's go ahead and drop these and see anything else that we can drop. Yeah, we can drop that. So off with you. Yeah, see, I'd probably be loaded by now. I'd probably have like over 1 million gold coins. But no, can't have any of that. And yeah, there is an illusionary wall right here that leads to treasure. I don't remember really. Ooh, yeah, Elven half plate or full plate plus 4. Gimme. Now, I don't really recall ever seeing many illusionary walls whenever I played tabletop. Not really. They're sort of rare. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that one thing that we did, or well, our party did, after dealing with the... After we dealt with the first initial bit of kobolds, and yeah, for killing that spider we get a key. Makes sense. Is that when it came to the guard drakes that were in their cage pit, our party just decided decided to go ahead and throw some kobolds at the guard drakes. And it was ridiculous because they managed to deal with 2 kobold bodies, which are like about 3 feet tall, sort of like the size of a gnome, and they weigh about 40 pounds, or at least the amount like that of a cement bag. They managed to deal 19 points of damage, which is ridiculous. Seriously? That is insane! 2 little tiny things doing that much damage being thrown up in the air and onto some guard drakes. And nothing in there. Let's drink a potion. We have lots of potions now. Let's see. Smashy. Go. And hey. There we go. Ah! Do more damage! Stop missing! Ugh! Every time you miss, Vaughn, it just makes me... Oh... Just my eye twitches. Ooh, just getting bad experiences with lots of natural ones as of late with a couple of sessions that I've been. And of course there's you. Let's just deal with you. Ah! And oh hey, we leveled up. So now we can actually max out shock arrow. Woohoo! Yeah, look at that. Shoot a shock arrow for 50 to 104 damage. Good God. Now, I think I'll just go ahead and invest in Death Blow. Increase the damage of critical hits. What? Here it says critical hits gain +2 attack bonus. It's one or the other, game. Not both. Ah! Don't you mean critical damage bonus? Ugh. Ah, crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well. Oy. Yeah. Anyways, let's just... Something I'd like to... Actually, let's see. Is there... Oh, hello! Skeleton. Oh, he's probably gone and pissed off. Where'd you go? Did you go back into your cubby hole? Yeah, the thing is... Yeah, there's illusionary walls that are... 3 illusionary walls here that are linked up. There's one there, both of them which I've shown you. And then there's this one, which also... Frickin' stop missing! Yeah, links up there. I don't know why, but still, that's actually a good way to set up an ambush. Oh, God. Nope, don't die. And, yeah, for destroying that golem, we receive another key. By the way, oh, another one of these rooms. Yeah, sorry. No, it wasn't the right room. And don't really need that. And another one of those. We can't wear 2 amulets at the same time. And hey, we're not actually taking damage because our armor's actually taking the blows for us. Because we have so much AC. Oh yeah, I should show you something just how pathetic a certain skill is. And that would have to be dodge. Gives a bonus to armor class. Yeah, for 1 skill point, we get an additional armor class. For that, we get 2. So now our armor's at what? 110! Woo! Whatever. Yeah, that is not worth the skill points. Alright. Open door. And let's use another potion. Jeez, these rejuvenation potions weigh a ton. Like, is it just like a huge amount of... Like, is it just a bigger bottle? Or is it just like that the liquid is just much more dense? I have no idea. Then again, it's a video game. And there's nothing in there, in that illusionary alcove. Or that alcove being covered by an illusionary wall. Oh, went to come out and say hi, and an amulet of dexterity +5, yay. Though considering we don't need it, we don't actually need that much for accuracy, considering we have the accuracy skill, which is the skill that actually lets us fire, or makes our arrows not stray so much. That's weird. They have a skill that almost pretty much invalidates the need for getting dexterity. Oh yeah, for some reason if you meet the skeletons in their cubby holes while they're in them, they don't seem to do anything. It's weird. No, and nothing here, and oh! No! No, no, no! Get out! Frickin' still missing! Ah! Anything in here? Nope. But there is an illusory wall that I do need to look out for. Come on! There we go. And here we have an amulet of constitution +5. Yeah. Yeah, if I do actually finish everything off in this video, gotta think of something else to do. Oh yeah, skeleton. Then again, there is quite a bit. Some things actually do take a while. Let's see, take that. And let's see, more experience. Another cubby hole with the skeleton sleeping on the job, even though it doesn't need to sleep because the fact is it's undead. Let's see. Yeah, nearing that. Yeah, there is an illusory wall that they actually do need to take a turn somewhere. Ah, crap. Where is it? Come on. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. I know it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's a little later on? Ah. Well, we're going to have to find that out later. But for right now, we need to go ahead and get back to where I was and equip my bow. Because we got a foe that I need to go beat. And that would be that guy, which is the Onyx Golem. Yeah, this will be the last thing I'll be dealing with. And let me tell you, this guy can take a bit of a beating. But, considering we're an archer, we can absolutely mangle him. And oh, that looks rather unique. What is it? Why, this happens to be the Onyx Sword. The most powerful one-handed weapon in the game. So, yeah. Don't need that, and I definitely don't need that. Well, and of course I won't be needing that, because, well, that's just clutter in my inventory. Well, now's a good time as any that I will maybe end it off here, but if you just give me a second, I will see if I need to, if I will decide to go ahead and add on stuff. So, just give me a sec. Yeah, I think now here's a good time as any to end it off. So, that shall be it for me. I've been the NorthernStarDragon, and I shall see you in the next video.